Hello and welcome to the video series of Palo Alto Content ID. In the last video, we have seen how the antivirus profile can be created and how the profile can be included in a security policy to block all the known viruses. Now, in this video, uh, we will see task number 3, which is on URL filtering. So let's see what is there in this task. So it says configure security profile to log all URLs in the social networking category and then create a block list for facebook.com, and then it says block all URLs in the job category. Perfect. So let's go to the test machine and create a URL filtering profile. Now I'm on the Palo Alto firewall, and if you go to objects, in this we have under security profiles we have URL filtering. So we have a default profile created, but we'll create a new one which is for pan-tfm-url. Now the task says to log all URLs in social network. So it should to log all URLs in social networking category. So go to social networking here. So let me explain you why this task is there. So social. Now by default, social is set to allow, and in case of content ID, allow action will allow the URLs, but it will not log anything. So to have the logging enabled, select the action as alert. Then we have block action. So as block says, traffic will be dropped by the firewall and the logs will be generated. And then continue, that we will replicate in next task. So wherein user will get a banner with a continue button there. So the moment user will click on that continue button, only then page will be loaded, otherwise there will be no page. In case of override, a next level wherein instead of that continue button there will be a tab to specify one password. So user has to specify a password, only then user can access the URL, otherwise it should not work. So task 1 here says in case of social networking, set the action as alert so that we should be able to see the log. And now next says create a block list for facebook.com. Perfect. So go to this section and type www.facebook.com. Now next is block all URLs in job category. So back here and then job search, and it has to be block. Perfect. So we have a profile. Now go to policy, go to internet access, actions, and call the URL filtering profile in a security policy. So we are good. Now what else we need to change? See here. Now if you go to CLI of the firewall, now the moment traffic will come to firewall will try to resolve the URL to identify the category. So if I'm trying to do a command test URL facebook.com, now it says facebook.com doesn't resolve. So firewall is trying to use DNS, and with the help of DNS it is trying to communicate with the Palo Alto cloud to get to know the categorization of this URL, which is not working. Now how to correct this? So this has to be there, otherwise firewall will not be able to categorize the different URLs. Now if you go to Palo Alto firewall device and setup, so we have under services section DNS configuration option. So click on edit, and we do not have any DNS server here. So first let's specify the DNS server, and then update server is updates.paloaltonetworks.com. Perfect. So click on OK. Now next is service route configuration. Click on customize. Now DNS request by default will be initiated from the management interface. I want this traffic to be initiated from my public facing interface, which is, for example, maybe not 1/4, it is 1/3, I think. Yes. So it is 1/3. So let's see what other we need. So email, HSM, LDAP, NetFlow, Palo Alto updates. 1/3, and then syslog UID URL updates has to be via 1/3, which is my public facing interface. Awesome. So click on OK, and then commit the changes. And the verification says run below test to verify if above created rules work. So browse LinkedIn and verify logs under monitor tab. So LinkedIn should come under networking, social networking. So we will verify that. So we should be able to see the logs. And Facebook should be blocked by the firewall. And the Naukri.com should also be blocked by the firewall because of this third category. So let's go to test machine and log into firewall 192.168.70.106 admin and password. So test URL facebook.com. Now it says facebook.com is part of social networking. So earlier we were not able to see that. Now test URL linkedin.com. So it is again social networking, and then test URL naukri.com. That is job search. Perfect. So first go to browser and try to browse linkedin.com. It should work and we should be able to see the logs because we have set the action as alert. Now go to monitor tab. So for the URL filtering, all the logs will come under URL filtering, and we should see few logs for today. Today is 23rd, so no logs. So let's wait for a few seconds. And here we have logs for LinkedIn, and I can see action is set to alert. So from LAN to internet, my machine IP address, it is not associated with any user, so the field is blank. And then destination IP addresses, application we could see SSL and LinkedIn base, and then action is set to alert. Perfect. Now if you go to naukri.com, it should be blocked. It says access to web page we are trying to visit has been blocked, and category says job search. Very good. Now if you see naukri.com, and action is set to block URL. And now third one is facebook.com. Facebook.com is working, so that means block list is not right. So let's see in the logs if there is any log, or it has just come up from the, now it says blocked URL Facebook page, but Facebook page login is there. So action I could see blocked URL, so that is okay. Now let me try to refresh it. Again go back to the logs. Now if you see, it detected Facebook page as block URL, and then after that everything is SSL, and then there is no control because we do not have decryption profile. Okay, let me do a small change here so we can verify if that works. So go to URL filtering, TFM URL, and specify, for example, star.facebook.com. Okay, and then commit the changes, and then we will see what is the result. So let's wait for a few minutes for the policy to be pushed. Let's see if the policy has been applied or not. Yes, policy has been committed. Now go to facebook.com. That's all good. So now we can see the site can't provide a secure connection. So we don't have certificates. So that is the reason we are not getting a response page back from the firewall. But we could see traffic is now being blocked with star.facebook.com. If you go to Palo Alto Firewall, close this, go to monitor section, and in URL filtering, we should see in few seconds. So we have couple of logs here, and which says traffic is being blocked. So for Facebook page as an application or URL. So let's quickly run the test again. So LinkedIn should work. So I'm doing a control F5 to refresh the page. It is working. Now if I do Naukri.com, it should get blocked. There is a block page, and Facebook should not work. No response page because of the certificates unavailability. And refresh all the logs again, and we should see everything back again on here. So we have LinkedIn, we have logs for Naukri.com again, and now we have logs for Facebook as well. Perfect. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you are enjoying this video series from Troika System. Thank you very much.